Okay then everybody, welcome to another edition of Game Day, and we're arrived in Reading as Town take on the League One side in the Carabao Cup second round. Of course, the Blues looking to get back to winning ways after losing against Leeds United in the Championship. Of course, they beat Bristol Rovers in the first round of this competition. Can they progress to round 3? We shall wait and see. Of course, McKenna likely going to rotate the squad. We'll find out the team news shortly, so I'm going to go have a bit of a wander and going to get some snappy snaps. Let's see how it gets on. Let's get right into it. Let's go. Okay then, going to the photographer's room and I found the press food. I've gone outside so I can have a little chinwag with you guys. And the food isn't the greatest. And now, I'm not complaining. Okay, I sound like I'm complaining, but I'm not. The food that is on offer is a sandwich. Boom. And it's a roast chicken salad. A malted bread if you're asking. Okay, not the greatest, but you can't complain. It's free food. Gonna get this down me, wait for the team news to drop. Let's see who's starting. Let's get in there, and I'm sure the rating of food scrap for Reading is not going to be that high because it's just a sandwich. And no hot drinks, so I'm going to have to maybe find one because it's a bit chilly actually, a bit chilly. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay then, sandwich is in the belly, and I will admit it wasn't a great sandwich. I'll probably have to give it a 4 out of 10. That is how bad it was. But it is what it is. My nan Doreen though does make some good sandwiches, so maybe next time give her a ring, ask her to make me some sandwiches before a game, and that'll sort me out. But team news has just dropped, and changes galore of course. Let's go through it there. Kieran Slicker in goal. Then we've got Dominic Ball, George Emerson, the fridge returns. Then we've got Alcon Baggett alongside him. Then Brandon William makes his first start for the club. Then we've got Lee Evans as captain alongside Jack Taylor. Cameron Humphreys starts. Mari Hutchison, Marcus Harness and Freddie Ladapo up top. And the bench is pretty strong. I was actually expecting a few kids on the bench, but it's actually pretty strong. You've got Connor Chaplin, you've got Shawnee Aluko, you've got Nathan Broadhead, Sam Morsey, Wes Burns, Wolford, Clark, Alaki as the backup goalkeeper tonight. A strong team. Hopefully Town can progress. Let's get pitch side. Let's get some snappy snaps. Let's go. Okay then, the teams are out and this is my pitch side view. I'm excited to go into the stand and get some elevated shots, something different for the first half. Let's see how Town get on. Let's get some snappy snaps. Let's go. Shout out to the Town fans in the away end. Let's do this. Okay, it's time for the half-time update and it's 1-1 here in Reading. The host taking the lead early doors. Brandon Williams making his first start. And he scored an own goal. Probably doesn't want to watch that back. But yeah, Town very sloppy, very slow in the opening 25 minutes or so, but grew into the game. And Cameron Humphreys, the boy, scoring after Mari Hutchison, good play down the right into Cameron Humphreys, makes it 1-1. And Mari Hutchison has been the lively man down the right for Town, trying to create chances, opportunities. But yeah, very slow game of football this has been for Town. All to play for now in the second half. Let's see how we get on. Let's bring it on. Let's see what happens. Let's go. So there we go then. Ipswich Town have progressed to the third round of the Carabao Cup. They had to do it the hard way, didn't they? Through penalties. 2-2 in normal time. Freddie Ladapo making it 2-1. And then George Emerson, not good. Wasn't great. Make it 2-2. But then Town on penalties. Kieran Slicker saved 1. They skied 2. We're through. I'm here with K-Dog. Just me and K-Dog to discuss the game as a whole. My friend, great to see you. Your debut for this season. Of course, yeah. You appeared many times last season. Just you and me having a chinwag about the game. Overall thoughts before we get into the nuts and bolts of all.
Oh, it's good to be back. First game this season. Less than half the normal distance for me to come to Reading. Didn't do it the easy way, did we? And we didn't make it easy for ourselves. Started off within 2 minutes. You're giving away an own goal. If you're going to be highly critical, you say Slicker's got to come and claim that a bit better. But once he's got a hand to it, he's taken it off the striker's foot, and there's nothing much he can do about the rest of that. But then for the next 86 minutes, they didn't look like laying a glove on us. I don't think they had a shot on goal all game until they scored. We had something about 80-odd% possession at one point. So we were in complete control, and we were only going to sort of give it away, which is what we did. Yeah, I say Fraser won't want to look at that back, will he? It was really poor. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do. Maybe he's trying to be a little bit clever, trying to control, be a little bit clever. But you centre half with 3 minutes left to go in the game. You just boot it in the stands. Yeah. You're a centre half. That's what you're there for. Overall, I think it wasn't a classic performance. From the start, they looked a bit slow, a bit shaky.
Now, sorry to interrupt there. that is sometimes the problem, isn't it, with rotating the squad, because there's a few players there who haven't played for a while. They haven't played since the Bristol Rovers game, and that is, some fans go, oh, that's why you shouldn't rotate squad. They haven't got the flow, and that's what I thought straight away. We felt slow.
Yeah, it was a typical McKenna Cup squad, wasn't it? 11 changes.
Of course, you want to make sure everyone plays minutes, but yeah.
But it didn't feel like they played enough together. The build-up play was slow. Fridge never looked really comfortable. I thought Baggett didn't look comfortable at the start, but he came into it. He's up there for one of my man of the matches today. Alcon Baggett had a great game. He was everywhere.
He's a specimen, isn't he? He's so big. He gets bigger and bigger all the time.
Yeah, absolutely massive. I do a little bit of time wasting for the free kick right at the end, because you've got your 6'9" or whatever he is, centre half. You want him on the line. One of my favourite moments of the game was, I can't remember if it was 1-1 or 2-1 at the time, but he'd led an attack. He brought the ball 30-odd yards, played a 1-2 with Clark, and ended up on the end of a cross on the 6-yard area. That is what you want from your centre half. Things we love to see. Our massive centre half on the 6-yard box, nod ahead to the end of a cross. But no, I just thought the build-up play was slow, and I'm not going to disparage Evans. I think he did have a good game in the end, but it shows the difference of minutes, not really having not a minute, and the difference in golfing quality between him and, say, Morsey or Luongo. Because somebody who would have come in short to the centre halves, he would have picked the ball up, distributed it, got the game moving. But so many times you had Williams or on the other side, he was playing right back, Ball, out in loads of space. And the ball wasn't going out there quick enough. And by the time it got out there, or Hutchinson, and the ball just wouldn't get to him in time. And then by the time they get 11 men behind the ball and started to frustrate us. I was just, every time Amari got the ball,
for
the
once
first
again,
time,
he was always lively, isn't he? But
Yeah.
just sadly, just nothing came out of it.
yeah, I just, every time he got the ball today, I was screaming, take your man on.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to get Burns to do again, just take him on. Because as soon as he did, he had the beating of him.
Yeah.
They were scared of him, they were backing off him, and he was, rather than taking him on, he was trying to use the space he was given, rather than, as soon as he took the man on, beat him at all ends up, cut it back. Cameron Humphreys, who's one of our own, nods it in the far corner. And it's 1-1, and I say, game on. And from there, I thought, well, we're going to win this comfortably. How wrong was I?
Because when Big Fred, good finish from him, always confident for a striker, Jackson started against Leeds, and he's like thinking, I want to be starting league games, but he's now started in a cup game, got his goal, and from there I thought, here we go, 3, 4 potentially, but then they got their equaliser.
It was a great goal by Fred. Let's special mention for Jack Taylor's pass.
Yes.
What a ball! Split everyone half, centre half in half. Freddie, cool finish. And I thought that was it. You think, there we are, we're gonna rout him now, and then especially when you change the front line and you got.
That's what I mean. That bench, ladies and gentlemen, Chaplin came on, Broadhead came on. Of course, Jackson comes on with his pace. That is just, Reading must be going, because they had a very young squad. I think it was over age of 20 or something mad like that. But to bring on the players we brought on, and you think, okay, we're going to see us out now. But
and I thought we were going to score 3 or 4 more, but it just wasn't to be. I say Fridge made a mistake. He didn't look good all game, and then gives it away. Fortunately, I tweeted, it cost us the tie in a little bit of frustration. I'm going to retract that because it didn't, because we went on to win it. But it was. What a bench to bring on. I think Freddie had a bit of an average game. I mean, he did play well, but there were a couple of times you thought, Joe, I'd bring Jackson on, get the pace. But it was quite interesting to see that when he did come on, he put Jackson out wide on the right and Broadhead up front in the 9 position, which is not something I've seen Broadhead play before. Interesting to practice McKenna experimenting, seeing what he could do. He looked all right there. He looked good there. Gave a bit of a different dynamic because he's more of a give and go player anyway. I thought we lost Luco very early on.
Yeah,
it looked like it.
He went down, didn't he? And he was like, "Ooh!"
And he holding his hamstring. You think, "Ooh, that's not good." Especially your players over 30 thing, Ross. You'd have had him. You'd have been gone. Yeah. When the seen him come back,
he got some stick, of course, because he's a former Reading player, and there was, of course, chanting, what a waste of money. Of course, he missed the penalty as well, which makes it even worse, does it? Yeah, but we got those because Harness came off at half time. You think hopefully nothing too serious with him either. But
he didn't look great today either.
No.
And I just think, do you know what? I don't think the team. It wasn't a classic performance. We ground out a victory in the end and that's why I say we've won that. Okay, Slicker saved a penalty, but they bottled 2. And is there every chance that we bottled one as well. They had one saved, and there's every chance that we could still be going now. You know, it was good.
Please no.
No, but you know what I mean.
I was worried about that penalty. Oh god,
we
definitely
go.
when they missed theirs and then we missed us.
No,
Well,
here we
God,
go.
it's going to
We
be
were
just
nice, yeah.
one of those. But
No,
Slicker though, I liked his strategy. He was like, ooh,
he was a little bit of a shithouse, wasn't he? Because he at one point the guy was starting his run up. He stepped across over to the one side. Anyway, have the big side. Yeah.
That could be a bad situation.
Yeah,
because
but
he was like,
it obviously got in their heads because they missed 3 in a row, didn't they? And so, a nice touch. I saw he give his shirt to a kid at the end of the game. That's a nice touch as well. I love it when players do that because it's just there's little things that means a lot to make a miss. Let's make that kid's kid. What's a game shirt to him for a second round Carabao Cup game? He didn't care, but that kid's gonna mean it for the rest of the. They're gonna remember that for the rest of their life. Yeah, but you know, I say onwards and upwards. It's on to Cardiff now, the important game back in the league.
Who would you want though? Who do you want in the next round? We've seen Leeds. We've seen Leeds have been knocked out. That's a big top team got out.
What a shame.
Tottenham are out as well.
Tottenham out, yeah.
Ooh. So who do you fancy? Who are still in? Of course, you've got the Premier League clubs. I think that'll be our next test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Home or away.
A nice Premier League side.
Yeah.
Is it still split north and south for the third round?
No, I think it's now north. It's all together, so we could go up, down, all that jazz. So yeah.
Well, obviously a big Premier League away day. So I don't know who's still in. Like United, Liverpool, I guess. Just a nice big Premier League round. But I also quite fancy a winnable tie against a Premier League side.
Progress as far as we
can. Because the last time we did well in this competition was we had Arsenal in the semi-final. The Tamas Priskin goal. Oh, what a
memories!
Memories. Oh yeah. Well, if my dad's watching this, he's got a very particular memory from that away game that can't be mentioned on camera. But it's a story for another time.
Yes.
Oh, good dear, good times. But I'd like to see a winnable Premier League tie. Maybe a Palace.
Yes.
Palace away. Palace home.
Yeah.
A Premier League team at home, I think.
Yeah, because we're pack out Portland Road. If we get a Premier League, because we had 15,000 for Bristol Rovers. I know that was the first game back at Portland Road for this season.
I think we could easily get 25, 30, 25. Well, I say 30. You don't think it fits 30 anymore. But in for Portland Road under the lights against a big Premier League team, it's an intimidating atmosphere. I think we do quite well. But yeah, I'd like to see a winnable Premier League tie, like a Palace at home. I think.
Okay, I'll watch your space. Oh well, end now because the cameraman is probably his arms are like, oh come on, boys, just now. But Kieran, thanks for joining me. Final notes, my friends. Cardiff, as you said, up next, and have an opportunity to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, let's just back in the league now. At home against Cardiff, and I say this as someone with a lot of Cardiff fan friends, being from that part of the world. They've been pretty poor in the last 12 months. They stayed up by the skin of their teeth last year. They've had an okay start of the season, but do you know what? If we want to push on and be the top 10, top 6 club that we think we should be progressing towards the end of this year, then Cardiff at home is the kind of game we need to be winning. I'll put out there now. I'm going to say a comfortable 3-1 win, and I'm not going to pick my top scorer because I don't want it to be brought back to me in the prediction league later in the week. But I think 3-1 win at home, packed out Portman Road again. I say Cardiff at the time haven't been great recently. They're the kind of games we should be winning. Yep. And I think, do you know what? As much as this wasn't a great performance tonight, it'll give the young lads a good boost. They've come through a tight spot. We can win these kinds of games. And I just one final word. As you say, Reading had a really good, really young squad out tonight, and I think, to be fair, against a very decent Championship side. In fact, you could say our reserves, as is what this was, is a very good League One side. I think they gave a very good account of themselves. Their fans not so much because there was about
we had more fans than them.
I think we are. I don't think it would be far off a difference. I would reckon they'll make an announcement saying the official attendance was like 6,000 or 7,000, and we know we made it 3,000 of that. So yeah. Tim Pot in it.
Definitely. All right, up the town. Well, thanks for watching Game Day. K-Dog, thanks for joining me. And see you at Cardiff. At Portland Road, not at Cardiff, because, no, don't go to Cardiff. Portland Road. See you then. Bye-bye for now.